Welcome in. Today, we're going to walk through a really powerful short reflection on what it means to reconcile. It lays out this amazing roadmap for mending our relationships. And, not just with God, but maybe even more importantly with each other. So let's jump right in. Okay, so right off the bat, the reflection hits us with this incredible line from the prophet Ezekiel. Before we get into any of the how-tos or challenges, the whole thing is grounded in this one idea, and it's a message of just profound hope. We're not starting with punishment here. It's an invitation to life. So where does a journey like this even begin? Well, the text tells us that it all starts with this one core principle. It's like a divine wish that sets this incredibly merciful tone for everything else we're about to unpack. And this right here, this is the bedrock. It's so important to get this. This isn't about, nervously checking off a list of demands because you're scared. No, the starting point is this simple affirmation. The ultimate goal is renewal and life. And having that positive, merciful foundation is absolutely crucial, especially when we see the challenge that's coming up next. All right, so with that foundation of mercy firmly in place, the reflection makes a big pivot. It turns to the words of Jesus from the Gospel of Matthew. And this is where we get hit with a pretty radical call to action, a much, much higher standard for what it actually means to be a good person, to be righteous. But what does that even mean, right? A righteousness that exceeds the scribes? Well, it creates this really fascinating tension. It's basically a call to go way beyond just following the rules to the letter. It's not enough to just check the boxes. We're being asked to step into a deeper, more active kind of integrity. And this slide just lays it out so clearly. You've got two columns here. On one side, the scribe's righteousness. It's all about following the letter of the law. You do what the book says. But then you look at what Jesus is demanding, and it's something totally different. It's an active reconciliation with other people. See the shift? It moves from just passively keeping rules to actively mending relationships. Now, this isn't just some vague philosophical concept. The source material gives us a super clear step-by-step path to actually achieve this higher standard. And there's a specific sequence to it. And believe me, the order of these steps is everything. And look at the order here, because this is the critical part. Step 1, okay, that's personal. Turn from wickedness. But then look at step 2, reconcile with others. That step is placed before you get to step 3, which is seeking God's forgiveness. The implication here is just, wow, it's so powerful. It's saying our path to forgiveness from God actually runs straight through our relationships with each other first. So you might be wondering, why is this all coming up now? What makes this so timely? Well, the source connects all of these big spiritual ideas to a very specific time and context. It frames it as the perfect season to do this exact kind of work. And that season is Lent. According to this reflection, this is the real heart of Lent. It's not just about giving something up. It's defined right here as a time for mending relationships and turning from sin. It's like a designated time on the calendar for us to intentionally do this work of renewal we've been walking through. So here's the key takeaway. Lent is presented here as this really constructive opportunity. It's a focused block of time that's been set aside for us to consciously walk that 3-step path we saw, turning away from our own stuff, reconciling with the people in our lives, and then seeking forgiveness. Okay, so let's get to the final piece of this reflection. It's the part that brings everything we've talked about together into one simple, totally actionable tool. It's a prayer that works as both a perfect summary and really the starting line for the whole journey. And here it is. It's so simple, but listen to the words. Help us reconcile with others as we seek your forgiveness. See? It perfectly mirrors that path we just talked about. The request to fix things with people comes right before asking for divine forgiveness. It reinforces that critical order. It's the whole roadmap in just a few lines. And that's really the beauty of this whole thing, isn't it? This prayer isn't just a summary to help you remember the points. It's a practical tool. Saying this prayer becomes the very first step you can take on this path. It takes this whole reflection from being just an idea and turns it into something you can actually do right now. So let's recap the key takeaways here. First, this whole journey starts with a divine invitation to life, not with fear. Second, real righteousness isn't about just following rules, it's about actively reconciling. Third, fixing our human relationships is the key. And finally, Lent gives us a focused season to really dig in and do this important work. Which leaves us with one final, very personal question to think about. After walking through this whole path, the reflection kind of turns it back on us. It asks us to look at our own lives and ask, what relationship in your life is calling out for renewal? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.